Check this out, guys. The strip tool bar's just turned up. It's actually spreading slug pellets as well while it's doing it, so that's what that little white spreader there is. But good afternoon. So this is in preparation for the maize, because that is getting drilled tomorrow. So I did say a while back that I was going to direct drill all my maize. Well, I have changed my mind. I'm still going to do some. I'm going to do those 3 paddocks there, which is about 4 hectares, and then these other 3 paddocks that I've got, which is about another 4 hectares, I am going to strip till. But that was one of the good things about strip spraying it. So you can see the strips that I sprayed 6 weeks ago was that I could change my mind if I wanted to. So what he's doing now is the strip till bar is coming and it is cultivating, not real deep, but it's just cultivating where he sprayed earlier on, and then they'll drill straight into this with the planter tomorrow. They'll use the exact same planter, so they'll come and do these paddocks that he strip tills, and then he changes a few settings on it, and then he will go and direct drill those other paddocks. So it is pretty cool how it sort of works like that. So the reason I sort of went away from direct drilling the whole lot was to sort of just experiment a little bit. And since I did strip spray, I could change my mind like that. So it's going to be interesting to sort of see the difference in yield between the stuff that's getting done like this and then the direct drilling stuff. I did also spray out this paddock with Roundup probably a good week or 10 days ago. And the main reason being is that when the strip till bar comes through like this, it does splash a little bit of soil over the row that it's doing. So when you come and spray it afterwards, you miss a little bit. They found last year when they did it, so it's easier to spray beforehand. And then you kill everything, nothing grows back, so it does a really tidy job. But these other paddocks that are getting direct drilled, they will get sprayed, or they put Roundup in the pre-emerge. So once it's planted, they'll come and spray it, and then they kill all the grass that way. You can see these little green pellets, that's the slug bait that's going on. I'm just digging down one of the rows here and see how it hasn't gone real deep, but it's still made a good seed bed for the seed. So it's just getting away from ploughing. I haven't had to plough the whole paddock, just the rows which the maize is going in. It is a pretty cool concept, and one of the reasons I sort of wanted to give it a go as well was I don't think I'm going to lose quite as much yield doing it this way. So I did say the direct drilling in a few videos ago that I might lose 5% yield, whereas doing it this way I don't know if I'll lose quite as much. Just finishing off the 3rd headland now, so that didn't take long at all, like 20 minutes. But normally when they plant, like with the cultivation method, they would come around, they could sort of sweep the plant around the corner, but with this strip till bar you can't really turn. You can sort of go a little bit on a curve, but not a big one like this. So they square everything off. Doesn't really matter, it's just how they do it.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, but darling, you were meant to survive. With every start, we are born again. Open your heart and spend less time in your head. With every start, we are born again. Open your heart and spend less time in your head.
Callum before and he said he's not putting fertiliser on. You can put fertiliser in the front tank, like your base fert, and then you put it into the rows and then come and drill later on, but they're just going to put 250 kilos of DAP in with the planter tomorrow when they plant. It was quite interesting what he was saying though, because he said this is coming up pretty good. Some people don't strip spray like this, and he has to double pass it, so he'd have to go over the same place twice to sort of get the same result. Maybe it's because it's down on the flat here, but that is an ideal seed bed. Look at that, it's perfect, I reckon. Like, there are big clumps in there, but it's not too bad. It's pretty cool too, because Darcy actually built that strip till bar himself. Well, not actually himself, I think Sam, their engineer, he probably built it. And I think I remember Bill saying a while back that he had something to do with it as well, so maybe Darcy gave him the project and he sort of looked after it, but does a cool job. Pretty impressed with it. But I'm pretty much going to leave him to it. I need to go and feed my cows, so I'll be back tomorrow when the planter arrives. See you then. Well, it turns out that strip till bar does sort of get down the same depth as a plough, and we actually hit a water pipe. It's actually the main water pipe, because normally we go inch, which is 25mm, and that is 32mm. Yeah, and there's water coming both ways. It might be a bit loose, that. Something not quite right about that fitting, so Dad's gone back to get another one, but that really needs like retrenching at some stage, because that's not very deep there at all. So it's probably going to get hit again. We'll push this down when we fill it back in, but yeah, it doesn't look very deep there, does it? Planter was supposed to be coming today, but it's actually been put off till tomorrow now. They were out Raglan Way planting and a job came up, so they thought they were going to do it rather than come back then go back out, which would be nice to get it in, but another day I suppose. It's not going to matter in the scheme of things. So we'll see you tomorrow again. Today is the day, so I'm just going to load up the gator with the maize seed and go and meet him. So he's probably about half an hour, 40 minutes away. Didn't actually count, and I can't really remember, but I think there's 9 or 10 bags here. So I've stuck with the same variety as last year, which is a Corson maize. I've sort of grown this stuff for quite a while now, but they have changed the name of it, so it's called Pack 400 now. The sort of number is like to do with the relative maturity of it. So it's 107 days, it says here, so that is from planting through to harvest. It takes 107 days, and I am planting at 95,000 seeds to the hectare. He's just texted to say that he is on his way, but I think he's actually here now, so we'll go and catch up with him. Yep, there he is. Just filling it up, but this is Darcy's new maize planter. Vardestad Tempo F, whatever that means. I just read it off there. But it's pretty cool. There's the maize seed, individual seed boxes, unlike the Amazons that he used to have, or I think he's still got one. Locked and loaded, seeds all in. Slug bait is in this seed box, but we're not putting it on these paddocks because it was already done when he strip tilled. And fertiliser is in that tank there. It's going on at 250 kilos to the hectare. I was also wondering, so I asked Curtis about the GPS, if that sort of follows all the same lines, and he said yep, from when they strip sprayed, everything gets transferred through to that strip till bar and then to the planter. So once those guys drive into the paddock, the line's already set and they just press the go button and it just follows them. So pretty handy. This is actually what the fertiliser looks like here, so I think it's just DAP. You can see all these little white pellets, there's even some brown ones. That is the fertiliser, so he just dumped them through the chutes to make sure they're all working. And he's off. It's actually pretty interesting because generally when you plant, you do the headlands first and then you come and do these lands through the middle, but he's taken off down the middle, and I'm guessing it's because everything's GPS like I said before, so it doesn't really matter. Like there's auto row shut off. If you're going to go over the end rows, it'll just stop planting seed because it knows that you are going to plant it eventually. So very cool technology. Look at that, that is pretty amazing. So bang, smack in the middle of where the sprayer originally sprayed. You can see all the trash, all this hard ground here. Does a pretty tidy job, doesn't it? Far out. Well, Curtis has finished the 3 strip till paddocks and now he's just switching the drill over to do direct drill. So that's the cool thing about this, is that it is the direct drill for the rest of the paddocks, but it can also do all the other drilling as well. Also getting a bit of a top up. So this is the process here. Pin out. So what are these, Curtis? Row cleaners?
Pull any like turfy lumps or anything, they just pull them out of the row so they're not on top of the seed when it tries to emerge.
Oh yeah. Then he just adjusts the pressure in there, eh?
Yeah, pile a heap more downforce on so
which pushes it down.
Forces the row unit in the ground.
Oh yeah. And that's it. And apart from that, everything else is the same.
Yeah, I'll put a little bit more pressure on the closing wheels.
Oh, on the closing wheels there? Oh, so there is a little bit more pressure on there too.
Yeah, just adjust them slightly so there's a bit more pressure, just to get a bit more soil to seed.
And that's that. Most of these drills come with an auger on it, but it's just easier to do it like this when you've got a HIAB. Have a little look, see how much seed's left. Heaps. Just got to put that pin in every time he goes from paddock to paddock, otherwise it won't fold up like that. But these containers here with the slug bait, he's going to start applying this, and it's pretty cool because it just comes through the meter and it just falls behind these row cleaners, so pretty neat little system. So I thought I'd come for a ride with Curtis. Curtis is from, you're from Yorkshire, eh?
Oxfordshire.
Oh, Oxfordshire, not quite that far north, actually it's not even close. So we're all go, but it's pretty neat. Like, it is following those spray lines real well. You can see the cutting disc like just going straight through the middle of them. It does vary a little bit on these sort of hillsides, but it's still pretty good. And check out this is so cool. So on the screen there, that's the GPS, and we're just following the sprayer, well, exactly where the sprayer went now, so it's just lining up. And bang, back in. Check that out though, that is pretty amazing. Can't believe Maize has just gone in there. So we'll have a little dig down, see if we can find any maize plants, seeds actually, not plants just yet. Oh, there's one. So there's a seed there, and there should be another one you would think about here somewhere. We'll go that way. Oh, yep, there's the other one. That is one of the advantages of having a planter like this with its own seed box in the back instead of that central distribution, that it gets the seed placement really accurate. So they should all be spaced within the same distance, Should be no double ups or anything like that. But oh, I'm just so impressed. I think it looks awesome. But this grass now, so it's good because it has had about a week's growth. What's today? Today is Thursday and I grazed it on Saturday, so not quite a week. But what will happen with this, we ran into a little bit of a problem. Ran out of seed, but Curtis has got that last bag there, which will do not quite a hectare. So we've actually changed the seed rate. I did say it's going to do 95,000, but I had 9 bags, which would be 8 hectares exactly. So I thought I had 8 hectares, but it might just be a touch over. So Darcy's just shooting a bag down now to top it up so we can get this job finished tonight. Well, that was enough for him to get started again, but what will happen now is the sprayer will come in over the next couple of days, whenever it's fine I guess, and spray it with pre-emerge. So he will put Roundup in these paddocks that are getting direct drilled, which will just kill everything, which will be good because there's a lot of weeds coming back through. Some of the rows are getting like a little bit weedy, like here, see, look at that. And also it's going to kill this grass. So this is an annual paddock here. It was in Maize last year, and if I didn't spray it out, it would just keep growing and it would smother the maize. You can see there it's already sort of shading the row. So that'll get sprayed up, that'll die down, and then the maize can grow through. But it is really grassy here, where it's like that real deep green, and that's because we had the irrigator here not too long ago, and the cows didn't really like the taste of this grass, so they sort of left it. Everywhere else in this paddock they got, but it should die down alright. Curtis is all finished up now. Lucky Darcy brought down another bag because yeah, he drilled 8.35 hectares. I thought there's only 8, so a little bit more than what I thought, which is good. Gonna have a little bit more maize in the pit at the end of the season, so or make up for the allowance maybe and lesser yield doing it this way. But either or, it is good. It is a good outcome. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. This will pretty much wrap it up. If you did, thumbs up like always, and apart from that, see you next time.